Open up your birth chart right now. Do it right now! Look to see what houses you have Capricorn and Cancer sitting in. Now Google or check an astrology book to see what those planets and what those houses mean when they're sitting in Cancer and Capricorn. On January 16th, 2025, we will have the Sun in Capricorn in opposition to Mars retrograding in Cancer. We're going to feel the energy of this transit as early as January 9th all the way to January 22nd, with the energy peaking on January 16th. But first things first, what is an opposition in astrology? An opposition in astrology is when the placements are in polarity with each other, creating deep tension that can lead to frustration when not properly integrated. Mars retrograding in Cancer is all about redefining how we take action through our feelings and through the standards set for us by our mothers and our families. However, during this time, the Sun will be sitting in Capricorn, Cancer's polar opposite sign. And during this time for restructuring and redefining for Mars and Cancer, whatever conclusions we come to about how we take actions through our feelings needs to be able to be properly integrated with the Sun in Capricorn. The Sun in Capricorn representing our confidence, our pride, our self-love when it comes to things like disciplining ourselves, our responsibilities, our obligations, our career, our legacy. That might sound like an easy task, but I assure you it's not. But you know what? In order for you guys to better understand what I'm saying, grab your Time Warp Trio, hop in your magic tree house, make like Code Lyoko, and let's return to the past. January 14th, 1946. On this day, the Sun was in Capricorn and it was in opposition to Mars retrograding in Cancer. And on this day, a serial unaliver was born. His name was Harold Frederick Shipman, also known as Fred Shipman, aka the Good Doctor, responsible for the unaliving of an estimated 284 people. Now, if you're wondering how the Sun and Mars opposition relates to him, here's a little snippet about the opposition that I found. This aspect gives people physical strength and the ability to work hard. However, they tend to take unnecessary risk, causing them to be way too impulsive, easily excitable, and selfish. What was the unnecessary risk for Dr. Shipman? His addiction to unaliving women.
There was a clear pattern in the victims. Most of them were elderly women who lived alone. All of them had been Dr. Shipman's patients for years. He knew them, had visited their houses on multiple occasions. It would not have been suspicious for Shipman to pay them a house call. In some cases, they'd made an appointment for him to do so. Nor would it have been difficult to convince them to accept an injection from him. All he'd have to do is tell them that it was a flu vaccine, or a vitamin B12 shot, or some other routine procedure. The only small comfort for family members was that their relatives had died painlessly. The victims simply went to sleep and never woke up. Police eventually charged Dr. Shipman with 15 murders. What no one could figure out, though, was what Shipman's motive was. Unlike with Mrs. Grundy, the other victims did not leave large sums of money to the doctor. In some cases, cash or costume jewelry had gone missing, but those seemed more like trophies than a true financial motive. It seems that the doctor, like other serial killers, did it just because he could, because he got a rush out of playing God, holding the power of life and death in his hands. Many were quick to connect the deaths of the women to the death of Shipman's own mother. When she was dying of cancer, the family GP would come and give Vera Shipman injections of morphine in order to make her more comfortable. However, this was not a euthanasia case, unlike the American doctor Jack Kevorkian, who was jailed the same year for physician-assisted suicide. None of Shipman's victims were terminally ill. Most of them were, in fact, in perfect health. Not all of them were even elderly.
This video is not me saying that people who have their Sun in Capricorn and their Mars retrograde in Cancer are going to end up doing things like Harold Shipman, or it doesn't mean that during this transit we're all going to become serial killers. What I'm saying is that during this transit, this is not the time to lean into those intrusive thoughts, into those crazy impulses, into those unnecessary risks. You need to harness that energy and channel it into something productive for your life. Something that will bring you emotional and mental stability and lay the foundation for your socioeconomic security. Your passions and desires during this time may become so intense that you are overly asserting them onto other people. And God forbid we try to call you out on them because then you get all defensive. During this time, reel yourself in and find a healthy middle ground. Don't be too cold and indifferent. Don't be too overly sensitive and reactive. Find a healthy outlet for this energy during this time and you will reap the benefits of these rewards. And I mean emphasis on find a healthy outlet, because if you try to bottle this ish up, if you think ignoring it will make it go away, no. You are going to get the explosion of a lifetime, and once again, it will not go in your favor. Want to learn more about your zodiac sign? Sign up for a reading, link in my bio.